Retirement planning, the 12 essential questions to ask yourself before taking the leap. When age seems to be chasing you and your knees give way, then you can be sure that retirement is just around the corner. Well, this is if you are part of the higher percentage of people who retire with gray hair. After spending what seems like a lifetime working, retirement sounds fantastic. Dear viewers, if you enjoyed the content of this video and were satisfied with it, we invite you to consider the option of subscribing to our channel or supporting us through a donation. Your support is essential for the growth and constant improvement of our channel, and it will allow us to continue producing high-quality content for you. You can do it here below, through the appropriate buttons, subscribe, and thanks. 365 days a year, no duties to fulfill, just a lot of free time. The thought of having this form of freedom is overwhelming, to use a euphemism. And even more terrifying is the thought of still having to pay bills and support your family without having a constant source of income. It doesn't have to be that scary, because if you ask yourself these questions before retirement, you will smile all the way through. 1. Estimate your monthly expenses. When estimating your monthly expenses, you need to be honest with yourself and calculate accurately. Otherwise, in the future, you might drown in anxiety and depression during retirement. With a picture of the general expenses you incur for the regular running of your activities, you can build the savings trajectory to support your lifestyle. Through these estimates, you can predict the right time to retire and transition slowly into retirement with ease. This habit will not only favor your retirement but also your finances, because the fastest step towards proper finance allocation is knowing where your money goes, don't you agree? 2. How long will I live? Death is inevitable, and this is a fact we have to live with. Without considering the longevity of your life, you might end up planning less than necessary, leaving you in a situation where you will be stuck dealing with financial constraints. One of the few causes of death among the elderly is anxiety, and once retired, you need to take it easy. And this is achieved only through accurate planning. Having a perception of life expectancy will help you establish the best time to start requesting withdrawals from your pension fund. This can only be withdrawn after a thorough verification of personal information, health status, and your current lifestyle. This small cash flow plays a significant role in your survival chances during retirement. Without cash flows or investment projects, we are doomed. So, it's better to start planning early enough. 3. What do I do with all this free time? When we are busy every single day of our lives working and worrying about work, we would kill for free time. We become less enthusiastic, however, when it's all we have. In retirement, you no longer have a 9-to-5 job. You need to ask yourself what you would like to do with your free time. To get a clear picture, think about the activities that occupy your weekends, days off, and vacations. Do you find yourself going on adventures or staying at home? If you always have a flight booked during vacations, how about traveling the world after retirement? It already seems like you enjoy it, and it will make you forget about not having anything to do. On the other hand, if you are more of a homebody who prefers the comfort of your home, how about finding yourself a hobby? Like gardening, knitting, blogging, or painting. None of these necessarily require interacting with people. You might even surprise yourself with how good you are at these activities. Moreover, you don't have to worry about how good you are. You have 30+ years to master your art. 4. Are you saving enough? Save. 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 A very common cliché, which is fundamental in every aspect. And in this case, the backbone of your retirement plan. Specialists have come up with countless empirical rules on how much of your income to save. Some have simplified it based on the percentage based on your age. It's easy to start slow and work steadily towards achieving the savings goal. Make the most of the various retirement savings platforms. This is if you follow the empirical rule of 4%. 5. Will you move closer to home? The fatigue of life has found a way to take you out of suburban comfort and into the busy city, away from the familiarity of family and friends. Now, the main reason why you moved miles away is about to become a thing of the past. It's very important to think about the possibility of going back to your hometown. You will get away from the noise, and at least breathe some fresh air. You might set up a farm for your grandchildren to visit. Reconnect with your high school friends, who are probably also retired or transitioning. You might even start a club and have some company exploring this new phase. You would have the support of a family that, without a doubt, would intervene in case of need. The camaraderie will make the transition smoother, and you will integrate quickly. On the other hand, if you are one of those free spirits whose family is scattered around the world, then you don't have to feel obligated to go back to a place you have lost touch with. Feel free to move to a new city and redefine yourself and live a life different from this one. 6. Do you mind downsizing? Lisa J. Schultz, in her book Living Lighter, romanticizes the idea of downsizing, going as far as comparing the feeling of downsizing to that of finding the perfect pair of jeans. Downsizing allows you to have only the things you need around you. It frees up a lot of space and makes it easier to move around the house. It's less likely that you will end up rummaging through piles of paper just to show your grandchildren your moments. Moreover, when the right time comes, you might find the perfect family home for sale, where you will create new memories with your spouse and family. While on the topic of downsizing your home, don't forget to cancel those countless magazines. These simple cuts could easily save you that extra penny to slide you through retirement. 7. Do you plan on starting a business? With all that you still have to do, everything has the potential to become a thriving business. If you know TikTok, then you have probably come across this video that's making rounds, where a retired husband decides to find a solution to baldness to help cure his daughter's hair problems, after trying several homemade remedies created and tested by him. He had found the right one and presented it to his daughter, who seized the opportunity to convince them to start their own business. Every morning from then on was exciting and adventurous, to use a euphemism. Sometimes life really begins where retirement begins. In this game, there are no winners or losers. With this in mind, explore the possibilities or simply entertain the thought of finding something healthy to do with your time. It might turn out to be a game changer. 8. Do you prefer a gradual or full retirement? Undoubtedly, the scariest thing that comes with retirement is the endless free time you have on your hands. The need to feel useful and needed. Because somewhere along the way, we lost our purpose and developed an unhealthy relationship with our work. They have become our reason for living and the reason why we feel alive. In some way, our purpose in life has become intertwined with our careers, and you probably don't see fulfillment without it. Then it's better to settle slowly into retirement. While testing the waters, you have the advantage of still having a job to participate in. It will save you emotional torture. As long as you have created a plan, you will be able to allocate more personal time until your boss agrees. On the other hand, if you like to dive in headfirst, this is the best time to jump in. And savor every minute of retirement if you have already checked all the other questions on our list. 9. How will you handle healthcare? Let's talk about the elephant in the room. How exactly will you handle healthcare in retirement? Because for so many years, you have been covered by corporate insurance. You can take advantage of it and sign up for Medicare, which should pay for most of your medical needs, if necessary. Additionally, consider enrolling in a health savings account, HSA, or invest in long-term care insurance. These will reduce the number of times you have to reach into your wallet to pay for medical expenses. 10. At what age will you retire? Do you see yourself voluntarily retiring after achieving financial freedom? Or will they have to carry you out because your body can't take it anymore? Whether you choose early or late retirement, that decision depends solely on you. If you have the determination and energy to efficiently perform your job, then there is nothing stopping you from showing up to work every day to work and gain some financial independence. It's important to also know the full retirement age in your country, and the consequences, if any, when you choose to continue working after retirement. In most cases, the law is a bit flexible about working even after retirement. You still receive a monthly pension check, but make sure to discuss any impacts on your retirement benefits. More importantly, when considering one's retirement age, one should remember the pros and cons. For example, if you retire before the age of 62, you will receive a reduced retirement benefit. Reductions can be up to 25% of the monthly benefit. Unlike waiting to reach the full retirement age of 62 to 67. Even better, you could wait until 70 and receive up to 132% of the monthly benefit. 11. How much do your children depend on you? This is a question we should reflect on, because if not thought through well, it could leave your children bearing the weight of your lifestyle. It might not seem that important until your children start shouldering the costs of healthcare and living without any source of income. It's important to encourage your children to take over your businesses and prepare them to fill the positions assigned to them. Otherwise, hard-earned assets and cash might vanish into thin air. 12. Will I be okay? As you transition into retirement, don't be ashamed if you need a lot of support. This new phase affects your finances and even more so your psychology. You need to be very brave to maintain a healthy mental space. Run if you still can, or do other forms of physical activity to relieve stress. Interact with other people to find a new identity different from the one that concerned your career. Go out and find a hobby if necessary to ensure you still have some structure in your days. Go out with your spouse and rekindle your love life. When clouds of depression and anxiety loom over your days, find a trusted person to talk to. Hire a specialist if you need to, as they will help you overcome this feeling. I assure you that you will be okay. Constantly confirm to yourself that you can do it. But even your like would be a reason for us to be pleased, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to not miss the upcoming publications.